Hello everyone and welcome to my How to Play Clash video. And just before we get started with anything, I just wanted to say a few things. And the first thing I wanted to say is I am not the best player at this game. I'm a high gold, low plat level, so my tips will not necessarily be for higher levels. But this is just how I believe that you need to play Clash. And another thing before we get started is I did just want to say that this is my first kind of edited out video. So it's not going to be the most perfect edited video that you guys have ever seen. And I'm very sorry if anything is like real choppy or anything like that. This took me about 4 days to do. And I've been working on it continuously through that 4 days and every single time I get. So just please let me know how it goes, what you guys think about it. But for the first thing I need to talk about is really this operator is what I think is a support operator. You know, you're not going to be going on any large kill streaks with this, and the best way that I can describe it is she is our one and only shield, our one and first shield defensive operator. So basically, I like to think of her as basically a giant mirror window. She's someone that can hold out points near objective and just basically keep the enemy off of her. And as you'll see right here, it's a really good way to flank if you're playing with other people. You keep all the attention on you and just allow your teammates to come slide by you, get a catch on, flank them. As you can see right here, they can't touch me. The only way to affect Clash in this state is if you manage to run up and hit her shield. It exposes her right leg enough to shoot. You can down her by hitting her and shooting her in the leg, but this is very dangerous to do because she does have, her shield does have the ability to shoot electricity out. I'm not really sure what the, I believe it's like 3 damage or 5. It may be 5. I think it's 5 damage. No, 3 sounds about right. I'm not really sure. It's either 3 or 5. I've never really been damaged that much by it, but it is continuous, and the shield does recharge after a certain amount of time. So the best way to really hit someone with it is if you're standing outside a window, like where I was just standing at an arcade. Over on that window, you can literally just stand in front of it and block somebody, and just sit there and shock them, and they can't do nothing. But she does have one of the fastest switches in the game. So if you ever have someone coming to knife you, what you can do is shock them so that they're super slow. Whenever you shock an enemy, they can't sprint and they walk horribly slow. And then just avoid the knife, swap out real quick because it's super fast. I'm not really sure what the seconds is, but it's like the fat one. If it's not the fastest switch in the game, it's really close. And then just instantly pull out your secondary and knife them. Because unfortunately, whenever Clash has her shield out, she can't knife, she can't crouch, she can't do nothing. The only thing you can do is shock. So, she does have 2 secondary weapons. She has a pistol and a machine pistol. The pistol is the P10C, and that's what I use in this clip right here. And then later on, there is a machine pistol. I'm not really sure what the name of it is. It's the SPS MG9, and it's a 2-tap machine pistol. So you do have to be accurate with both of these weapons, obviously. They're both pretty hard hitting. The SMG, or not the SMG, the machine pistol is a very good option. It is very viable, but just know with Clash, you're not going to be having any sidearm SMGs. So that's something you really got to watch out for, making sure that you land those headshots and everything else. Another big point that I can get at is because, like I said earlier, you're like a mirror window. One of the best strategies to do is to just sit and block up somewhere to keep enemies from hitting at you, and then like help teammates flank. But even you can do what they do in Montagne, because they can see through your shield. You can have teammates sit behind it and just have them decimate on enemies. Of course, this is very dangerous, and you've got to make sure that you have a team that knows what they're doing. But even if you are on your own, you can get kills with Clash. Like, it's not that difficult. I think you're about to see one here in a minute, where I'm blocking enemies from getting into, we're on Chalet, and they're trying to get into the garage from the outside, so I stand there and block it. Well, unfortunately, we did end up losing that round, or no, we won that round, my bad. We did end up winning that round because I'd wasted so much of the defender's time. But that's basically how Clash needs to be played. She's going to be a shield op to waste the opponent's time, and it's a lot of work to get rid of a Clash, and Clash is something very scary to come up against. Not necessarily because you're worried about you're going to die, but a time waster, especially running into a Clash with 30 seconds left into the game. It's horrendous, because if you don't have two people, at least, Clash is a very difficult enemy to take out, unless they just play Clash, like trying to swap out, unless they just decide to swap out their shield for their pistol, or machine pistol, then you gotta hope that you can beat out that gunfight. But if they don't do that, she's a very difficult operator to kill, especially if they back themselves into a corner, because even if you do try to go for the knife, if they swap and hit you back, you're dead. If they knife you back, you're dead. So it's very risky whenever coming up against a Clash. There are obviously ways to kill her. You can sneak up on her, especially with Maverick. But if she knows where you're at, knows where you're coming, Clash is a very difficult operator to get rid of. Because while she is a 3-speed, I feel like she does move a little bit faster than the shield op like Montang. Or a 3-speed, a 1-speed. She does move faster than Montang in my opinion. Maybe not, I don't know. I don't really play a lot of shield ops. But definitely, and plus because your shield is see-through, you don't really have to worry about a lot. If you see a nitro cell anywhere near you, you're obviously going to back up in time. Like, I got a grenade through to me that was held on for a few seconds, and I still managed to avoid it. So that's not really necessarily a bad thing, but as in this case goes, so basically an overview of what I believe Clash is. She is a big support character and a time waster. She can be used effectively in certain situations, especially with closed tight rooms, to hold off what I would call not clutch locations, to hold off key strategy points to keep the enemies from advancing. Obviously, she's not going to be able to solo 5 enemies, but I do have a clip here in just a few seconds where I'm literally on Villa and we're downstairs defending a biohazard container, and I just block 3 people at a door. Just block them. They can't get through me, nothing. I'm just sitting there holding them down. If you do see an enemy get careless, the best way to kill an enemy with Clash is obviously either they run up and try to knife you, in which case you switch and knife. By the way, that has to be perfect, because if you're not fast enough, an enemy will just shoot you, so that's a risk right there you're taking. But a great way to, if enemies get careless because they're just using your shield, a great thing to do is to walk around a corner, hold that location, because they think that they're going to run into you with a shield, and just either shock them so they're slow and they can't really look at you, and pull out your secondary and shoot them, or anything like that. Right here I get a kill in a little bit where that basically happened. They're shooting at one of my teammates, so I kill them. Now, unfortunately, the only thing wrong with that is obviously you want to try to keep all the attention on you so your teammates can get the kill. But if that doesn't happen, you can end up saving a teammate. That is probably the best way to do this. So my final thoughts on Clash is, if you play as her, don't expect to get a lot of kills. That's not what it's about. Clash is an op that's meant to slow down the enemy, keep them busy, keep them focused on you. Just waste their time. Really, that's the best way to explain her. She's there to waste their time, and she really does come in clutch toward the end of those big rounds. So, what the final thing I would say about Clash is she really is changing the game. Having a shield op on defense is insane, and it really is affecting the game. I don't know why I just repeated myself, obviously, but this is my first kind of doing this, so before we do go, I just wanted to say that she's definitely in my top 5 anchor defenders, if not top 5 defenders right now. So she is very good, very viable. Just realize that you're not going to be getting a lot of kills. It is going to be more of a support role, which is the best way she does need to be played. And it's probably the only way you need to play her, because if you're going to try to play her gung-ho, it's not going to work. But before we get off here, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all you people who are subscribing and liking the videos and just even watching them. I've been really having fun recording these last few days, and even if I only keep you guys as subscribers, I'm going to keep doing this stuff. But I just really wanted to know what you guys think of this kind of content, and obviously it's my first one, so it's not going to be my best. But I'll keep working at it if you guys like it. Like, I've got a few more videos filed up. I am going to make a how I think Maverick should be played. It probably won't be as long as this, because there was a lot more to talk about Clash than there was Maverick, in my opinion. Clash definitely affects the game, in my opinion, way more than Maverick does. Maverick affects the game, but I think that Clash, people are underestimating her, and she really can do some serious works to this game. So, with that, I'm gonna let it go. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful time. And I'll see you guys later. By the way, like and subscribe and join the team. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.